I'm here at Plopsaland De Panne in Belgium. This place is home to the legendary, the world-class Ride to Happiness. Many people say it's one of the best, if not the best roller coaster anywhere in the world. And when I rode it back in March this year, I agreed. It was my #1 roller coaster. And there's only one roller coaster that I've been on that has managed to beat the Ride to Happiness. And that's Steel Vengeance over in Cedar Point. No other coaster other than Steel Vengeance has been able to beat the Ride to Happiness for me. But who knows, by the end of today, my opinion might have changed because I've not ridden it in a while. So make sure to stick around to find out whether the Ride to Happiness will remain my second favourite roller coaster in the world. There's also 7 roller coasters in total for me to get on at this park. The theming here is absolutely fantastic. It's a really good family theme park, Plopsaland. So yeah, my name is Max Grindon and this is Max G-Force. And I've just entered the main gate here. Over there is Plopsa himself for a meet and greet. And look at this entrance. I mean, how fantastic is this? Some really, really brilliant facades on the outside of these buildings here. But yeah, there's only one place that I want to go right now, and that is the Ride to Happiness. So I'm going to make a beeline there. Oh, I'm really, really excited to get back on this. And just over there, you've got the Anubis ride. Which is like a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. That's a really good ride. And oh, there it is. That is my first glimpse of the Ride to Happiness after entering the park. And is it just to my right? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, this is it. The Ride to Happiness. I'm so pumped for this, I really am. So the Ride to Happiness, it's a Mack Extreme spinning coaster. It opened in 2021. It's only the second Mack Extreme spinner out there. The other one is all the way over in America called Time Traveler. And the special thing about the Mack Extreme spinners, it's in the name, the cars spin. And going around such an extreme layout with hang time, with air time, going around it while spinning really does make for a unique ride experience. So over in America, Time Traveler, they sort of restrict the spinning a little bit. It's a bit more controlled. I mean, they're still free spinning, but yeah, it's a bit more controlled. Whereas on the Ride to Happiness, the spinning is just completely uncontrolled and just crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna get in the line for this. And I've just entered the queue line here. Usually the Ride to Happiness doesn't get a long line because it's literally situated in what can be classed as a family theme park. So they don't really get like loads of guests wanting to ride such an extreme roller coaster. So yeah, look at this. It's pretty much going to be a station wait here. I remember last time I came, it didn't have that fence there, so I could jump. A lot of people would jump that fence there, but they're making us walk round. Oh well. It's such a good ride, and I'll never forget the first time I ever rode it. Because I rode it in March early this year, back when the Max G-Force channel didn't exist. When I rode it then, it was my first roller coaster of the year, of like the new season. And having not been on a roller coaster for months, going on this for the first time was just ridiculous. And yeah, I'll never forget it, and it immediately became my #1 coaster after that. But yeah, when I've ridden it all of today, by the end of this vlog, I'll let you know whether it remains my #2 coaster in the world. Yeah, I think it probably will, but who knows? Because, you know, I've ridden the likes of Hyperion, Zadra over in Energylandia, and yeah, all those coasters in Cedar Point and Canada's Wonderland. Look at this. It is walk on. Wow. Let's get a mid-train ride, why not? Oh, I'm so pumped for this.
Magical people of tomorrow. The wisdom of nature has brought you here.
have just got off my 5th ride on the Ride to Happiness. I had to go back round again and again and again to ride this thing because it's walk on. What an incredible roller coaster to be able to lap and marathon. This thing is perfection. So after my 5 rides on it, I can give you my full thoughts about the Ride to Happiness. I'm not going to wait until the end of the video to tell you this. Of course it remains my 2nd favourite roller coaster in the world. Yeah, still Vengeance still does beat this for me, but they're completely different rides, and the Ride to Happiness has to be the best roller coaster I've ever ridden in Europe so far. So you've only got lap bars on this thing, and you get so much hang time. You get a bit of hang time on the vertical loop there. You get hang time on the banana roll. You get ridiculous hang time on the JoJo roll coming out of the station. That JoJo roll, it has to be, you have to ride it on the front row because you go through it extremely slow. It has to be the strongest moment of hang time that I've ever experienced. And yeah, I had a front row ride on this thing, I had a back row ride, I had like 2 back row rides, 2 front row rides, and a mid-train ride. I'm still deciding where the best place to ride this is. You pull up into this like top hatty sort of element here, so you pull up into that, and when you're on the front, you're ejected from your seat. Not literally, but you get so much ejector airtime on the front row because you're getting pushed up into that element there, and then you're sort of chilling over here. You get to take in the views a bit. Really good element of this coaster is the little moment, the little breather you get up there to just take in your surroundings. And then you go down this sort of the first drop really of the ride, and depending on your rotation of your seat, this first drop can be one of the best first drops in the world that I've been on. I know I'm talking about the front row experience at the moment, but I have to mention it. The back row on that first drop is ridiculous, especially if your car spins in the correct direction to be going down it backwards. It is ridiculous the amount of ejector airtime you get on this coaster, and yeah, that first drop is a brilliant example of that. Then you enter this banana roll here, and I have to say, what a great name for an element, a banana roll. Yeah, it's basically like an inversion there. You sort of go up into it, and you get good hang time on that. Once again, this coaster is also full of so much force. You're pulling up into that, you're pulling loads of G's entering it, you're pulling loads of G's exiting it as well. The banana roll's great for the hang time and the force. And then you come into this vertical loop here. It's a very circular loop. You get good hang time at the top of that. And once again, loads of force exiting it and entering it. It is awesome. And then you go into yet another inversion just here. You're not really getting floater hang time into that inversion. You're sort of getting pulled through it. So, you know, all these elements are really quite extreme. And so yeah, just look at this vertical loop. Just every single element on this coaster is fantastic. So yeah, it's taking that inversion quite fast. So you're sort of whipping through it. You turn to the right there, and then you enter your second launch of the ride, which has a little speed hill on it. You get good sort of flow ejector airtime on that. You don't really get any real ejector on that speed hill, but no, it's a great launch. And then you go into another ridiculous element of this coaster where you've got 2 inversions on it just over the entrance to the ride there. Once again, you're whipped through that depending on where you sit on this ride. Sitting on the front row, you're whipped into it, and then exiting it, you're sort of getting pushed into the bottom of the drop with loads of force again. You know, this coaster's full of force. I know I've already mentioned it, but I have to reiterate it. There's a ton of force on this thing. And then you go around another turnaround, and then finally into 2 final little airtime hills to end the ride. Sitting on the front row, going into those 2 airtime hills at the end is ridiculous. You're completely thrown out your seat. Yet another example of ejector airtime when you sit on that front row. The front row is the best place to be for those 2 airtime hills. When it comes to the differences between the front and the back going down that crazy double inversion, as you're exiting it, you'll whip down it, and you know, once again, you're completely coming out your seat. You're thrown all over the place on this ride. It is amazing. And yeah, the Ride to Happiness obviously remains my number 2 roller coaster in the world. And it's amazing because, you know, you might look at this and think, it's not that tall, it's not that fast. What's so special about it? I'll tell you what's special about it. It's all the amazing elements they've chosen to fit into this layout. It's literally a really good example of a perfect layout, really. You've got so many amazing elements for hang time, ejector air time, and they're some of the best parts about roller coasters for me. It is ejector air time, hang time, and just air time in general. You know, that feeling of coming out of your seat and only having a lap bar to stop you. It's awesome. And the showstopper, the unique selling point of the Ride to Happiness is the fact that the seats, the cars spin. So every single ride you have on this thing is going to be different. You're going to experience all those elements with slightly different force in a slightly different position than before. And it makes this coaster the most re-rideable roller coaster that I have ever ridden, because every single ride is unique, and that is something that is really special. And I really do cherish the rides I get on it where I am on the back row going down the first drop backwards. That is awesome. You know, you might have heard me say that word quite a few times in this review. Awesome. And that is this roller coaster. It is awesome. And it's in Belgium, in a place called Plopsaland, a family theme park. What a weird place to put it. But what an amazing decision, because it's put Plopsaland on the map for roller coaster enthusiasts around the globe. If you are serious about roller coasters, if you are as obsessed with them as me, or close to it, you have to put Plopsaland right up there on your bucket list of theme parks to visit, just because of this roller coaster. Yeah, I just want to keep riding it all day long. But I'm going to show you the rest of the park and ride the other 6 roller coasters here, hopefully. And I'm just passing one now called SuperSplash. This is a very controversial ride because the website that I use most of my statistics about roller coasters, rollercoasterdatabase.com, rcdb.com, that website is basically the Wikipedia of roller coasters. It's brilliant. It shows you all the stats, all the height, everything about roller coasters. They don't list SuperSplash as a roller coaster. So there's this big divide within the coaster community over whether this thing is a roller coaster or whether it is, you know, a water ride or whatever. You know what? I'm going to give you my judgment and my verdict right now. That is coaster track. It's a drop. It's a drop powered by gravity. Look, you've even got a little bit of an airtime hill here. So, of course it's a roller coaster. I mean, come on RCDB, put it on the database. So yeah, 7 roller coasters Plopsaland has, thanks to this. And yeah, I think I might, you know what, I might head on it now because it's a hot sunny day today, if you can't already tell. Pretty warm. I don't know how wet you get on it, but yeah. I'll let you know how it rides when I get off. Well, I've just come off my one ride there on SuperSplash. I have to say, I queued quite a while for that, and it's a horrible cattle pen inside. And yeah, it's only good for one thing. It's only got that one drop and that one sort of speed hill, which you don't get any real air time on this thing. I mean, you get that little feeling in your stomach coming down the drop, and you get a little bit of force at the bottom of it. But I think the main event of this ride is correctly named, being called SuperSplash, because you do get a super splash at the end of the drop. Yeah, I was sitting on the outer seat on the back row, and I did get pretty wet. I've dried off now, sort of. I mean, my trousers are a bit damp. You don't want to see that. but yeah, you do get pretty wet on this thing. Not as wet as some other water rides though. So I'd say it's about medium in terms of wetness. The downside of this coaster is when it's going into that water, this water's not filtered. It's just normal sort of lake water. So it's not that clean. I mean, look at it. It's pretty murky. So yeah, I don't think I smell too bad, but yeah, a little bit sketchy water. It would be nice if it was filtered water, but who cares? I'm not too wet. But yeah, I mean, SuperSplash, it's a pretty good water coaster. Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, look at that. Oh, what a super splash. So it's just gone 2 p.m. Where I'm going to head now is we're going to head towards Heidi The Ride, which is a wooden roller coaster. It's a GCI, a bit like Wicker Man over at Alton Towers. Although it's quite different to Wicker Man because the trains on Heidi are quite short, are quite small. There's only a few cars on it. So it'll make for an interesting ride experience. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it carries the speed throughout the layout with a smaller train, because there's obviously less momentum with a smaller train. I'm going to head over to Heidi, and they've got a Pizza Hut over there from memory. But when I came over here in March, it was closed. I think because it wasn't their sort of peak operating time, Plopsaland, not all the restaurants were operating. So I'm hoping Pizza Hut is operating so I can get a good pizza slice for lunch. And I've just finished my amazing pizza slice from the Pizza Hut here. Yeah, I just had a margherita pizza slice. It was only €6, which wasn't too bad, and it was amazing. Highly recommend it. And yeah, I've made my way over to Heidi The Ride now. This is a Grand Coasters International wooden roller coaster. It's got a 67-foot drop, so it's not too tall. It's got a relatively steep drop, and it's got a pretty long layout as well. But yeah, I'll let you know how it rides when I come off. Definitely like a mid-range, wooden roller coaster. Like, it's on the lower end of a thrilling wooden coaster. It's really impressed me, Heidi. You don't get like loads of airtime on it. You get good pops of airtime, good floater airtime, and you get that classic wooden feel when you're doing the turns and at the bottom of the drops. It feels great, this coaster. So yeah, Heidi, I'm really impressed. It's a really good mid-tier wooden coaster. Really good. And I'm also just passing a log flume. I love a good log flume. This is Dino Splash. It's got the classic, the double drop, like the old Loggers Leap at Thorpe Park, which, you know, I'm sure is good fun, but I'm not going to get on it today. I've had enough lake water on me, I think, for one day. And then you've also got this Mack powered coaster as well. I think it's called the Dragon, maybe. Yeah, I rode that the first time I came here, and it's really well themed. I mean, look at this castle. It looks fantastic. Yeah, the theming in this theme park here at Plopsaland, it's really, really good. I'm really impressed. It's such a fantastic park to take the family to. It really is. And yeah, it's a Mack powered coaster, and it's got a custom layout. And yeah, it's pretty good fun. You do get some good speed on it. So yeah, I'm going to head over to Anubis the ride now. It's a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. And from the last time I rode it, I remember really enjoying it. And yeah, I'll let you know how it rides when I get over there. Look at this mushroom. You know, I mean, I absolutely love the theming to Plopsaland. It's lovely and, you know, happy. It's a happy theme. It's all vibrant colours. Yeah, I absolutely love it here. You know, back home in the UK, we've got a lot of dark themes. You know, Alton Tower's very dark, and you know, a lot of people like that. You know, it's quite unique to the UK, really. There's not really many dark themes around the world in theme parks, so it is something different to our parks back home in the UK. But personally, I like the light-hearted themes. You know, when you're at a theme park, you want to be happy. So yeah, I really like all the colour. Yeah, and the vibrancy. I really do like this park for that. But it pains me to walk past the Ride to Happiness and not ride it. But no, I want to do Anubis the ride. I forgot to pick up a park map, so I'm just going off my memory of where it is. I don't know whether I'm taking the most efficient route or not, but oh well. I'm just passing this sort of train track here. They've got a transport ride, a little train that goes around the park. You get great views on that, and yeah, it's a really nice chill one to do after lunch. I love Plopsaland, and I've got a Plopsaland annual pass as well, because it's so worth doing whenever you're entering or leaving Europe from the UK, because it's right next to the port and the Eurotunnel. So yeah, I'm going to be coming to this park a lot. And by the way, if you've made it this far into the vlog, then please do be sure to smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It's completely free, and it really does help out. And you know, on that point, I'm here in Europe now for a 5-day trip. I'm going to head up to Wallaby, Belgium, which used to be a Six Flags park. Yeah, they've got 10 roller coasters there, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm also going to go to Wallaby, Holland, which has an RMC, the world famous RMC roller coasters. Yeah, the nearest one to the UK is the one at Wallaby, Holland, and I really do look forward to riding that. They call it the Mini Still Vengeance. So yeah, please do subscribe, and yeah, make sure you stay tuned for those vlogs. Yeah, I really do look forward to that. And I've made my way over to Anubis the ride now. This is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. It opened in 2009, and it's got 3 inversions, and it's got a height of 111 feet. So this is probably their second most extreme roller coaster in the park, and I'll let you know how it rides when I get off. And I've just come off the Anubis the ride there. You know what, that has to be the best Gerstlauer Eurofighter I have ever done. It was beautifully smooth. It's just pales in comparison to Soar at Thorpe Park, which is brutally rough. As soon as you come out of that station just there, you enter a rolling launch, which means you don't stop before you launch. You're going into it, and it just takes you by complete surprise if you're not prepared for it. It's so whippy. The acceleration on it must be ridiculous. It's a really, really snappy launch, and that is one of my highlights of the ride. You then go into a top hat, which gives you good air time. I sat on the front row. It's a really good front row ride. Because it's a single car, you don't have to worry about sitting on the back row because all the forces are going to be basically the same. So yeah, it's a really good front row ride. You get a bit of hang time on there. Yeah, it's got over the shoulder restraints, which it would obviously definitely be a better ride if they didn't. It's quite a short ride, but what it packs in is really good fun. Yeah, it really packs a punch, Anubis. And yeah, it's one of the best Gerstlauers I have ever done. Some great elements on there. Yeah, I really do enjoy it. But yeah, look, I'm passing this castle now. This is what I mean about the theming of this land. Look at the flowers. Look, you know, they take so much care of their park here at Plopsaland. Yeah, something I've not mentioned today are the operations. Ride to Happiness was running 2 trains, Heidi The Ride 2 trains, and you know they're getting those trains sent out. I mean, look, they've got a star flyer here. I won't be getting on that today, and I'm just passing their most junior coaster here. This, I sat on that when I came here for the first time. I sat on this on the front row, and you get so much more speed than I was expecting. Like, listen to it. Can you hear that? You know, it's a pretty fast kiddie coaster, this, and yeah, it's a good fun kiddie coaster. Yeah, I had good fun getting that credit, and I've made my way over to the K3 roller skater coaster. This one is a very generic Vekoma junior coaster. You get these all over the world. I rode it on my first trip here, so I've got the credit, so I won't be getting on it today. But you know, this is just another example of a family coaster and a family attraction here at Plopsaland. It is full of things to do with the family. It is absolutely brilliant, and look at the theming. You know, you've got a massive love heart there. I mean, it is just brilliant. I think that used to be a washing machine, by the way, with the old theme, but now it's like a big speaker. There you go. So you go through the speaker there, and I'm just sort of heading over to their Viking Land, which was one of their newer investments, one of their newer sort of lands. And once again, I'm passing through another really colourful area, and with loads of flat rides again. I mean, this park, you know, when I first heard about Plopsaland, I thought it was quite a small little park, but honestly, there is so much to do here. It is really, really impressive. And yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's the Wiki Land. They've got a Zamperla disco here, which you can see just now. This is like the same exact ride system as Cobra over at Chesington World of Adventures, although that's now closed because that is being rethemed into the new Minecraft land, which is opening in 2027. So that's really exciting. But yeah, it's a Zamperla disco. I mean, the issue with these is I think they spin a little bit too much, and I don't know, I get a bit of motion sickness on this. So I'm not the biggest fan of these Zamperla discos, but I know it's quite a popular ride model. You know, they've sold loads of them around the world, so they must be pretty popular. And I just have to say, the theming of it is just brilliant. Like, the facade on it just looks fantastic. And yeah, this is the Viking Land. I mean, they've got a splash battle over there, and just through here. Look at this guy. The characters in this park are brilliant. There's loads of them jotted around the place. You know, the theming of Plopsaland, I really, really do like it. I'm really impressed. Yeah, how cool does he look? Absolutely brilliant. So I think it's time for me to head over to the Ride to Happiness to get some more rides on it. I mean, look at that banana roll there. I mean, it's just so, you know, photogenic, this coaster. It is stunning, especially with the blue sky in the background. It really is good. Look at that, you get some whip on there. Oh, there's so much. You know what there is? There's loads of filler attractions at Plopsaland. So much to do, so many rides. You need a lot of flat rides in a theme park, because the more rides there are, the less the queues overall in the park are going to be, because there's more queues for people to be waiting in, if that makes sense. And yeah, this park is full of filler attractions. It's a full package Plopsaland. And this is their crown jewel. It would have warmed up by now. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So you know how I was talking about how brilliant of a family park this is, and how well kept it is, and how much they look after it, and how colourful it is. Look what they've got going on here. It's a parade. There's floats. I mean, you just don't get this back home in the UK. I mean, yeah, such a good park. Definitely worth a visit if you live in the UK, especially if you live in the south. It's so easy to get here. Although the downside of this is, I don't know if I can get over to the Ride to Happiness. I think they've blocked me off. There she is. This is such a joyful park. I mean, the atmosphere here is just brilliant. And here it is. The main event, the main reason why I've come here today. It's incredible that there is a coaster of this caliber so close to the UK. I mean, the only thing that comes close to this is Hyperia. And despite Hyperia being taller and having more grand elements, the Ride to Happiness easily beats it. It really, really does. Time to go on for the 6th time today. It will have warmed up by now. Yeah, I'll let you know how it's riding when I get off. And I've just got off my 8th ride on the Ride to Happiness. This coaster, it's warmed up. I mean, and I thought the ride experience was extreme in the morning. It's even better now. Yeah, that's the thing with roller coasters. Throughout the day, the wheels will get warmer, and it will basically run around the track faster. And I definitely noticed it there. I can't overstate how incredible every single element on this coaster is. Each element hits, they really do. I mean, that vertical loop I said earlier gave you hang time, actually gives you more like zero gravity, floaty upside down air time. It's incredible. And this double inverting dive loop, that's just over the station here. That's probably one of my highlights of the ride. You're getting whipped through it upside down, and then depending on where you sit, of course. If you're sitting on the front, you're sort of pushed through into it, and if you're on the back, you're whipped down the inversion and down that drop. I mean, I'm still deciding. I'll let you know at the end of this video, but I think at the moment my favourite place to ride this is actually on the front row, which is unusual because a lot of the time my favourite place to ride coasters is on the back row because you're whipped down the drops. But because the Ride to Happiness's layout is so just perfect, you know, the front row hits just as good as the back in different ways. And I mentioned that earlier in my review of it. But you notice it so much on the final 2 airtime hills here. Sitting on the front row, you're pushed into them with so much force. It's some of the most extreme airtime I've ever experienced. Hence why this is only second to Still Vengeance. And on the front row, an absolute highlight is pulling up into the top hat there. You're getting extreme ejector at the top of that, and then the back row's best for going down the drop. Honestly, this coaster, it is really, really something special, and it's amazing that it's here at Plopsaland. Also, by the way, if you've watched my vlogs before, you'll notice that I always wear glasses in them, and I'm not wearing them today. Well, I've got my contact lenses in today because even with a glasses strap, they do not let you ride with glasses on. And I like to see what's going on when I ride coasters, especially when you get the terrific views at the top of that sort of top hat element, the highest point of the ride's happiness there. Yeah, it's nice to be able to see your surroundings. So yeah, I've put in contacts today, hence why I'm not wearing my glasses. Yeah, it's a bit weird that they don't let you wear glasses with a glasses strap. Who knows why? It is what it is. I've come prepared, but yeah, if you do wear glasses, that is something to keep in mind. Something I've not mentioned yet is it's really cool technology they've got now. So obviously this was designed by Mack Rides, and in there the trains, they've got lap bars, and usually with roller coasters the ride attendant will come over and push your lap bar or check your lap bar is all secure. But on the Ride to Happiness, they've got a new system where they just press a button and the lap bars come down automatically, and they tighten to make sure you're all secure, and it's all done automatically, and yeah, it speeds up operations. And one of the other things is it's got onboard audio. That's something I've not mentioned yet. So the seat backs, at the back of the seats, you've got speakers playing music throughout the ride, and it just elevates the experience that bit more. It really does. I'm going to try and make it to 10 rides on the Ride to Happiness. That's the goal. Oh, and I only waited literally 15 minutes for those rides back there. So yeah, even though it's got a little bit of a queue now, it's barely anything. I have just got off my 10th ride of the day, and wow, what a way to end my day here at Plopsaland. So I rode the back row and I started the launch facing the launch. So I went up into the top hat forwards, and at the top of that top hat the car span round and I went down the drop backwards. And doing that on the back row is the best way to do that drop. What an incredible way to end my day. I literally had the perfect ride. I went into the second launch backwards as well, and it's that ride right there that makes me question whether the front row is the best to ride this. Yeah, it's either or really. They both offer different things. I think if I had to choose, I'd probably prefer the front row more, just because the airtime is more extreme, which is really interesting. But if we're talking about the first drop, then the best place for that is the back row and going down it backwards. Oh, it's to die for, it really is. Oh, the Ride to Happiness has really made me happy today. And I just have to emphasize how easy it is to get to this park from the UK. You know, especially if you live in the south, you can do this in a day trip. And I've done that. You know, the first time I went here, it was in a day trip and I went on the Eurotunnel. It's literally only a 50-minute drive from the Eurotunnel. Super easy to get to Plopsaland. And yeah, if you're into coasters, you have to come here for the ride to happiness. It is that good. It's crazy, but it's also not when you've ridden it. It beats Top Thrill 2 for me. It beats Hyperion over in Energylandia for me, and Hyperion I absolutely adore. It beats all the other RMCs I've done other than Still Vengeance, which is, it just speaks volumes of the ride experience you get on the ride to happiness. It is incredible. I have had such an incredible day here at Plopsaland. I've managed to fit in loads today, 10 rides on the ride to happiness, and I didn't even get here for park opening. So in there, something I've not been over today is in there. It's called Mayaland, and it's a massive indoor section of the park. Amazing for the younger ones. It looks incredible in there. Yeah, I'll show you maybe some clips of me in there on my first trip here.
Max! What are you doing?
I'm exceeding the weight limit.
Yeah, you made it. Look at this lovely ride here.
Yeah. Oh, what a day. What a day. And that is my day here at Plopsaland done. What an amazing day I've had. Getting back on the ride to happiness. Ah, it's so good because it's solidified its position in my rankings. 100% my second favourite roller coaster in the world. And the other coasters they've got here, Anubis The Ride, absolutely brilliant Gerstlauer. The best Eurofighter I've ever been on, easily. Super smooth and some great elements, especially that first launch. And this park, the vibe, the atmosphere is amazing. The colours, the vibrancy, it is a really stunning park to walk around and enjoy. And they really look after it. So it's a must visit if you're into coasters and if you're into theme parks in general. This, you know, there's something for everyone here at Plopsaland. Yeah, I'm really impressed. And yeah, I look forward to coming back in the future. But next up on the channel, I'll be going to Wallaby Belgium, which has 10 roller coasters in it, and the legendary Conda, which is an Intamin mega coaster. That looks incredible, and it'll be interesting to see how it ranks in my coaster rankings. And then I'll be going to Wallaby Holland to ride 3 different RMCs. They've just opened the Yoi roller coasters. They're 2 dueling single rails, and they've got the absolutely brilliant, it looks brilliant, Untamed, which is a classic RMC hybrid coaster. And it's called by some the mini Still Vengeance. So that is really exciting. I really do look forward to bringing that to you. But yeah, I've got to go over to my hotel now, over near Wallaby Belgium. But my day here at Plopsaland has been unforgettable, it really has. If you've made it to the end of the video, then please do be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already, and consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help out, and it's completely free. And smash that notification bell as well, so you get those videos as soon as they come out. So, my name is Max Grindon, and this has been Max G-Force. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and if you've made it all the way to the end of the video and you still haven't hit that like button, you've still got time to do it now. It really helps out, and while you're at it, subscribe to the channel too for more videos like this. Also, I'd love to hear all your comments down in the comment section below. I read every single one of them.